Hi, guys. All right, we're going to get started on topic 2 in our book. So make sure you have your book, your enVision book, and let's go to page 59. Let's do that first. Let's go to 59. I'm going to go ahead and get in our camera here. Maybe. Just thinking about it. Okay, so let's look at this page 59, real quick, before we start our new topic. These are some of the vocabulary words that we're going to want to know. So the first one, multiple. 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20 are all multiples of 5 because you skip counting by 5. And then this one says identity, property of multiplication, or the one property of multiplication. It's talking about taking a number times 1 will give you the same number. So any number times 1 will be that number. So this number is 4 times 1, it will be 4. This number is 5 times 1 will be 5. So that's the identity or the number, the one property of multiplication. The 0 property of multiplication says that anytime you multiply any number by 0, the answer is going to be 0. So 0, 4 groups of nothing equals nothing. 5 groups of 0 equals 0. So this is the 0 property, this is the identity property, and these are multiples. If you turn the page, on the back here, it says, complete each definition. So the blank states the product of any number and 1 is that number. So this is the identity or the one property of multiplication. So that it's just kind of like a rule. Times 1 is the identity property of multiplication. So it's just a little rule that anytime you take a number times 1, it will be that first number. The next one says the product of a given number and any other whole number is called a multiple. It's a multiple of that number. So if we've got 2, if we've got the number 12, it's a multiple of 2 because we can skip count by 2 to get to 12. It makes it a multiple of 2. The blank states that the product of any number and 0 is 0. This is the 0 property of multiplication. Okay, so that states that any number, even 100 trillion times 0 is 0. 100 trillion times 1 is 100 trillion. All right, so go ahead and get that written down, and then we're going to go to page 62, and you can follow along at the top here. We're going to be talking about how can you use patterns to multiply by 2s and 5s. Okay, let's go down here, wrong button. Okay, we're going to go here, and we're going to watch our video.
How can you use patterns to multiply by 2 and 5? Think about this question during the lesson. How many socks are in 7 pairs of socks? Okay. What operation should you choose to join equal groups?
So, first of all, what's the question? What operation do we use to join equal groups? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Did you pick multiplication? That would be right. That's joining equal groups. So we're looking to see how many would be in 7. So let's see if we can follow along with this skip counting.
Multiply to join equal groups. How do you know that you can multiply to find the number of socks in 7 pairs of socks?
Okay, so think about that. How do you know you could multiply? Do they all have equal numbers of their colors and in their pairs? Let's see what they say.
You know to multiply because there are 2 socks in each pair. So there are 7 equal groups of socks. Find 7 times 2.
What would 7 times 2 be? So we can skip count by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we have 14 socks.
There are 14 socks in 7 pairs of socks. Is there another operation you could use to find the number of socks in 7 pairs?
Okay, could you think of another way that you can figure that out? You can add them together. What else could we do?
Yes, we could add the number 2 7 times. The following example shows how to use patterns for multiplying by 5. Think about the number of fingers on a glove. What operation should you choose to find out how many fingers are on 7 gloves?
Okay, so think about this. We have 7 gloves, and on each glove is 5 fingers. So we have equal groups. How could we figure that out? What operation will we use? We have 7 groups of 5. So we would use multiplication.
Multiply to join equal groups. Find 7 times 5.
All right, so thinking about 7 times 5, we can skip count by 5. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So we should have 35 fingers.
What do the 7 and the 5 stand for in the multiplication sentence?
7 is groups, how many groups there are, and 5 is how many are in each group.
The 7 stands for the number of gloves. The 5 stands for the number of fingers on each glove. There are 35 fingers on 7 gloves. How could we use addition to find how many fingers are on 7 gloves? Select your answer.
Okay, how could we use addition to find how many fingers are on 7 gloves? Could we add 5 7 times? Or could we add 7 and 5? So it says add 5 7 times. So it would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Or we're going to add 7 and 5. So 7 plus 5 more equals 12. So it should be this one.
We could add the number 5 7 times. You can use patterns to help you multiply by 2 and 5. 7 times 2 equals 14. There are 14 gloves in 7 pairs of gloves. 7 times 5 equals 35. There are 35 fingers on 7 gloves.
You can use skip counting or patterns to find the number of fingers on 7 gloves.
Alrighty, we're going to go to Convince Me, and that is on the bottom of page 62. You get that?
Use skip counting or patterns to answer these questions. How many socks are in 9 pairs? 10 pairs. How many fingers are on 9 gloves? 10 gloves?
Okay, so you're thinking about pairs. A pair comes in 2. So it says how many socks are in 9 pairs? So 9 groups of 2. How many are in 10 pairs? 10 groups of 2. How many fingers are on 9 gloves? So 9 groups of 5. And how many on 10 gloves? 10 groups of 5. So we're going to go over here. Get our camera back on here. We're going to go over here to page 62. And we're looking at how many socks are in 9 pairs. Okay. So if I have 9 groups of, and a pair of socks has 2, I can skip count by 2 9 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So that is 9. How many fingers are on 10? Or excuse me, how many pairs of socks are in 10? So that'd be 10 groups of 2. So if we've already done 9, that makes 18. 10 groups of 2 would be 20. How many fingers are on 9 gloves? 9 groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 45. And how many on 10? 10 groups of 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. So you get 50. All right. If you need to, pause this because I'm going to head over to our guided practice. So if you need this, go ahead and pause. Otherwise, we're going to go right over here to page 63. And at the top, it says another example. Multiples are the products of a number and other whole numbers. For example, 0 times 2 equals 0, 1 times 2 equals 2, 2 times 2 equals 4. So we have their 2's facts and our 5's facts here. The products for the 2's facts are multiples of 2. Multiples of 2 end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. The product for the 5's facts are multiplied by 5. Multiples of 5 end in 0 or 5. Okay, we're going to go to guided practice. It says, is 25 a multiple of 2 or 5, and how do you know? All right, let's count by 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So 2's are not it. How about 5's? Let's try 5's. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it would be in 5. Okay, because we did the multiplication together. Not a lot of room on that one. Number 2. Bert says 2 times 9 is 19. How can you use patterns to show Bert's answer is wrong? Okay, so if we have so if we have 2 groups of 2, now we have 4. So now we got to keep going. 3 groups. 4 groups. 5 groups. 6 groups. 7 groups. 9 groups. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, did I do too many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I didn't need that one, sorry. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18, not 19. Okay. So we did a pattern of 2's. And we counted them up, and it doesn't land on 19. All right. In numbers 3 through 5, find each product. So 2 times 4, 2 groups of 4. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 2. Let's do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Let's see if that was 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would be 16. All right. Let's go to this one. 5 groups of 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would be 40. Okay, let's slide down to independent practice. It says find the missing product or factor. So 2 groups of 2 is 4. 3 groups of 15. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we've got 5 groups. What group, how many groups of 2 equal 14? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's 7. Okay, and then 6 groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Counted by 6. 2, 4, 9 groups of 2. Oh, wait, what did I do here? 4 groups of 2 is 8. I don't know what I was thinking there. 9 groups of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 8 is 18. Okay. We're skip counting by 5s and 2s because they're the easiest. So skip counting by 5 7 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so it should come to you pretty quickly. I don't know what I was doing over here. It should come to you pretty quickly as we practice these, okay? All right, on the next page, 64 at the top, it says, Eric has some nickels. He says they are worth exactly 34 cents. Can you tell if Eric is correct or not? Why or why not? Okay, if it is a nickel, it's worth 5. So a 5 ends in a 0 or a 5. That ends with 34. Can you tell if Eric is correct? Eric is not correct. Because skip counting by 5s says you end on, we did 32 cents. So Eric is not correct because skip counting by 5 says you end on 0 or 5, not 4. Okay. I think I'm getting a little tired today. Okay. Number 14. Brian said 78 plus 92 plus 85 is greater than 300. Explain why Brian's answer is not reasonable. Okay, so if we try to round it, 78 is closest to 80, and 92 is closest to 90, okay? And 85 is closest to 90. Okay, so 90 plus 90, 0, 18, that's 180. 180 plus 80. All right, so it says 360, and that would be a little low. Did I do that right? Okay. So Brian said that is greater than 300. Explain why Brian's answer is not reasonable. Okay, so each answer hang on a second. Let's move that my door. Hang on real quick second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Where were we? Let me go back to that problem we were on. I need to check my math real quick. Did you guys already see something that I did? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. 100 plus 100 is 260. So each answer is less than 100. So they won't be more than 300. Oh gosh, guys, can you see my answer? It's kind of tight. Let's get close. Okay. So each answer is less than 100. So they won't be close to 300 because they're not quite 100. So even if we added them together, we're going to be short. And it's 260. So each answer is less than 100, so they won't be more than 300. See if you can squeeze that in there. Sorry about that. I was distracted. I could hear somebody outside the door. Okay, so if you want to pause, go ahead and pause on there. And then let's go to number 15. Shannon traded 6 nickels in for dimes. How many dimes did Shannon receive? Okay, so a nickel is worth 5. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 4 nickels. 25, 30. So she traded in 6 nickels for dimes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we make that, that's a dime. That's a dime. That's a dime. How many dimes did she get? She got 3 dimes. Okay? Go ahead and pause if you need to. When you're back, number 16 says, Mike watches how the pendulum swings in his clock. He notices that it swings 1 time every 2 seconds. How long will it take to swing 5 times? So 5 groups of 2 will be 10. So it's 10 seconds. Because it's every time it goes by 2, and it goes by 2 5 times. So 5 groups of 2. All right. Number 17, April has the coins shown below. These are nickels. April counted the value of her coins in cents. List the numbers April would have named. Okay, she would have named 5 for that one, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Those are the ones that she would have said if she was counting up her coins. Okay, on this one, Jake went bowling. On his first turn, he knocked down 2 pins. On his second turn, he knocked down twice as many pins. So 2 on the first one, and then that was number 1. Number 2, it was 2 times as much, which equals 4. On the second turn, he knocked down twice as many. So far, how many pins has Jake knocked down? How do you know? Okay, so he knocked down 2 on the first try, 4 on the second try. So that's 2 plus 4 equals 6. Okay, so 6 pins were knocked down. because on the first try he got 2. On the second try he got twice as many. So 2 times 2 equals 4. If you add up all of them, 2 plus 4 equals 6. So 6 pins were knocked down. All right, let's go to the last one. Write each number in the correct column to show if it is a multiple of 2 or 5. So the way we figured this out is we count by 2 or 5. So this is a 5. 5, 10, oh, so that's 5. That goes here. Okay. 5, 10, oh, can't be a 5 because we skipped right over it. 2, 4, 6, that would go here. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so we counted by 2s. 5, 10. It goes in both. It's a multiple of 5 and a multiple of 2. 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So that's counting by 2s. 5, 10, 15. That would go right over it. 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Try the 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So 25 goes to the multiples of 5. All right, go ahead and get this written down. If you need to go back, you can, rewind it a little bit to go back. And then I'm just going to go over our homework for today. So at the top, it gives you some multiplication facts. So we want to be practicing those. And then we have 2 groups of 5 equals what? It's the same as 5 plus 5 or 2 times 5. So you're going to solve these equations that are here for multiplication all the way down. And then this one, it gives it to you in a sentence and it wants you to write the multiplication. So what is 9 times 2? 9 times 2 equals, and then you're going to write down the answer. Okay? Or as I would say if you were here, capiche? All right, on the back, it says, Georgia is making sock puppets. Each pair of socks costs $2. Georgia bought 6 pairs of socks. How much did she spend? Draw a number line to solve. She's making sock puppets. Each pair of socks costs $2. She bought 6. So how much did she spend? Number 19. Write an equation where 45 is the product. Okay, so what times what would equal 45? Okay. Let's go to number 20. There are 5 school days in each week. Oh, I wish. There is virtual learning, though, isn't there? How many school days are in 9 weeks? So 9 groups of 5. I'm going to skip count and find the answer here. Number 21. Tara walks 2 miles each day. How many miles does Tara walk in a week? How did you find the answer? So think about how many days are in a week. So how far did she walk in a week? And you're going to write your answer below. All right. And 22, Micah drew this shape. What is the name of the shape Micah drew? Micah then drew a shape that has 2 fewer sides. What is the name of that shape? So you're looking for the shape of this one and then one that has 2 fewer sides. Number 23, how can adding doubles help you multiply by 2? Give an example. So how can multiplying by 2 help you add doubles? And number 24, it says write the expressions in the correct column. So you're going to be looking to write down 2 times 5 in 1 or 2 or 3 of these categories. So just look at those problems and plug them into product 10, product is 12, product is 35. You're just going to write the equation I circled in those spots. All right, guys. Hopefully that is making some sense for you. I want to take you over. Let's go back here. All right. I want to take you over to our classroom. All right, so if we go here, right. Trying to figure out where I put my number rock songs at. Over here. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. I couldn't find it. Oh no, that's our Meet the Teacher. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. All right. So we've got all these videos here. And so we can look up any video we want. So let's do count by 2. All right. So should be able to. There's our count by 5s. Count by 10s. Count by 3s. Let's see here. I guess I don't see one. Let's do the count by 5s. And you can watch these as many times as you would like. They're pretty fun.
We're in a hot air balloon, headed for the skies. We're counting how high we fly in groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then we reached 16. Then we saw a blue jay as he was flying by. We asked if he would fly with us and count by 5. He said, "Excuse me, sir and madam, but I am just a bird. For me to count by 5s would simply be absurd."
Is he holding a pin?
We're in a hot air balloon, about to take a dive. We're counting down to the ground in groups of 5. 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and finally 5.
Phew! We're alive!
We were scared from that ride, but we would not deprive ourselves from finding a safer way to count by 5. I thought for a while, but a thought came to my mind. This time let's try to find a mountain we can climb. We're at the bottom of a mountain, and as we arrive, we decide to count our climb in groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then we reached 16. Then we saw a bald eagle. He was hunting to survive. We asked him to come along with us and count by 5. He said,
"I can't count, but watch out. Don't step on that branch. If you break it, you might start an avalanche."
Oh no! That can't be good!
we're at the top of a mountain, trying to stay alive. We're counting down to the ground in groups of 5. 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and finally 5.
You know, I like you, Ben, and I like counting by 5, but this time, let's play it safe and count while we skydive!
That's a fun one. All right. So there should be a count by 2s in here. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, of course, you guys know how to count by 2s, but if we can find it. I know there is one on here somewhere. Animals and pairs, multiples of 2. Here we go, guys.
see wahoo, yell like I do. Because when we skip count by 2, we yell wahoo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Roaring dinosaurs. They get together in twos like they often do. And when they do, they all sing wahoo.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Sorting wild boar. They get together in twos like they often do. And when they do, they all sing wahoo.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Walking condors. They get together in twos like they often do. And when they do, they all sing wahoo.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Barking Labradors. They get together in twos like they often do. And when they do, they all sing wahoo. 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 Visit numberrock.com for exclusive content.
All right, guys. So that's it. But those are some fun songs to sing and to practice because skip counting can help you with your multiplying too. So, all right, guys, it was a long video. Sorry about that. And sorry for the interruptions that we had. But if you have any questions, let me know. And you're going to do great. Hope you have fun with this lesson, guys. See you tomorrow.